Hi, my name is Luke Mund and I'm the Digital Regional Coach for the Southeast region. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can set up your classroom for live streaming by utilizing the front of your classroom. So a lot of teachers are going to want to get back to traditional teaching in the front of their space, and that's completely great with our live streaming setup. So I have my device set up here, which I'll go over in just a second, but I really want to show that I have a complete teaching space up front. So I have my panel, I have my Promethean board, whatever my display. I can even have just whiteboards here, and I'm teaching from my space up here. I don't have any students in here right now, but I will be wearing my mask, and my students are the required distance away from me. So I can feel free to be in this space, teaching in front of my classroom in a traditional way. Now, for my tech setup, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take my HuCam, and my HuCam is a just standard dot cam that we have here in the district. You can use any dot cam that you want, but the HuCam is really nice because it has this nice swivel arm that I can face in all sorts of different directions, turn it around. It has a built-in light, so if I really want to use it as a dot cam, it has that light option on there. It makes the whatever I'm displaying more clear, and it has a built-in microphone. So right here underneath the camera, you can see the microphone, and that allows for my audio of the class. Even when I'm wearing a mask, it picks up the audio really well. This video is actually being recorded on a HuCam right now, so you can get a sense of what the video quality and the audio quality is on this. And that camera is actually even further away, so you can see this from the space. So when I'm teaching, I'm going to primarily have my camera on me. I can be doing my math, I can be doing my literacy, whatever lesson I want up here in the front of my room. I can be managing more traditionally what I want to be doing. Then if I have a question from the class, I can just turn my camera around so that my other students that are at home can see what's going on in the class. The microphone can pick up the question from the audience, and my students can really interact. We want to make sure that our in-person students and our remote students are having really great opportunities to interact. We know that our students of color are more likely to be remote right now, and so we want to be really, really intentional about giving them chances to interact with our students that are in class. So having our students that are in class on camera for the students that are at home, and vice versa. If I have a question from my students at home, I can throw that up on my big board, I can turn my screen around, I can make sure that those students have the ability to interact. So here is my microphone. I'm going to use just the built-in audio of my device here. If you have a set of computer speakers or something else, if you have audio in your projector, you can use any of those sources for your speakers, but the built-in speakers in the computer, since we do have smaller class sizes, does work in this space, and this microphone works great picking it up as you're hearing right now. So I'm going to have this facing forward. I'm going to do my lesson here. I'm going to have my Meet open on my computer here so that I can see my students on there and I can have my Meet. Now, what if I want to be doing like an actual Promethean board activity up here? What if I want to be displaying a Google slide deck, something else? I can then have the option to do 2 devices if this is possible, or 2 screens. So if I want to be running my Google Slides up here, I can have my one screen of Google Slides, and then maybe if my school has an extra monitor from the computer lab or some old devices, I can then have all of my Google Meet students, my remote students, on that screen there, and I can be having like my lesson on one screen and my students on the other screen. Or I can do it with 2 devices, that maybe then my teacher device needs to be plugged in next to the board if that's where my plug-in is. So I can have my teacher device over here, and then I can be using a just regular Chromebook if you have an extra one, or if you have a teacher assigned one in your school, to be using my Hue device with it. So I can just run my Meet off of my Chromebook, have my laptop over here, or I can do it all in one. You have several options, but this is the setup of how I would do this in a classroom in the front of the space. Our interaction with students is obviously more limited during the pandemic, but they are a safe distance away from me, and I can still teach in a more traditional way